This isn't the video that I intended to make next. I received such positive feedback on the introductory full tour video that I wanted to follow it up with a fun adventure where you could see the Tramper in action. By the way, if you're new here, Tramper is a little nickname my daughter gave for my truck cap camper build. So yeah, that video will happen, just not today. Today we pick up the pieces, literally, of what occurred on my way home on the highway just the other windy night. It started out as a good day. My daughter and her fiancé are soon to be married and asked if I would take their engagement photos. So we packed up some gear, jumped in the truck, and headed to the beach for the day. You know that old saying, March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers? Well, this day was no exception. The wind was blowing so hard that several times throughout the day, it knocked over the C-stand holding my strobe light and diffuser umbrella. The last time it twisted the umbrella inside out and it broke. I wish that was the only thing that broke that day. After a successful photo shoot, we headed home. About an hour or so into the drive, I noticed a semi-truck approaching on my left. There were 3 lanes at the time. I was in the right lane, another vehicle was in the middle lane, and the semi was in the left. The truck driver kept blasting his horn and pointing in our direction. At first I thought maybe there was a dispute taking place between him and the center vehicle. But as he got a little closer, I realized he was pointing towards the top of my Tramper. My heart sank. Some heroes wear capes. This gentleman hauls a 53-foot trailer and became my hero that night. I waved to him in acknowledgement with a forlorn look upon my face. As the vehicle in the middle lane passed, they too were pointing with a look of concern. My dread increased. Fortunately, I was within a mile from an exit. A beautiful golden glow of a Waffle House sat upon a hill, and I couldn't wait to seek refuge at the next exit. We eventually pulled over into a gas station next door and mustered up the courage to see what horrors were lurking on top of the roof. And this is what we saw. Fortunately, I pride myself in trying to be prepared for whatever challenge I may encounter on the road. A challenge just like this one. I plan to give you a tour in the future of what I keep in the cab for such events, but as for now, you just get a preview. My future son-in-law and I grabbed some tools and started devising a plan to get things safely secured enough to get home. The damage was pretty catastrophic for my solar panel frame. It appears that the failure occurred on the front passenger side of my Thule Aeroblade roof rack. The mount literally went to pieces. The solar panels with frame and awning had a combined weight of about 85 pounds. I believe the rack is rated for over 200 pounds. I'm not 100% sure as to what caused the failure. I completed this build over a year ago and have had no issues until now. My hunch is the wind gusts catching on the solar panels traveling at highway speeds put upward force on the Thule system and over time caused it to fail. The only thing that kept the frame from flying off of the cap was the 2 aluminum crossbars that I used to secure the frame down with latches. I was heartbroken we ended up here, but boy did that Waffle House smell good. The strange thing is, we heard absolutely nothing from inside the cab. Thank God for truckers. I was really surprised that I didn't lose the awning, since it was only attached to the Thule Aeroblades. My future son-in-law and I were able to remove and store it inside the cap, while extending it a bit into the cab through the back window. I had a couple of ratchet straps that we used to strap everything else down to the top of the cap, by running the straps through the inside of the Tramper. Fortunately, we made it home safely with no further incident. Well, life is funny. It seems like every time we think we have it all figured out, it throws us a curveball. One thing is for sure though, I will be redesigning how I mount the solar panels. And I just might make a video about it. That is, as long as life throws it right down the middle. Thanks for making it this far in the video. That's quite a feat in this day of 6-second attention spans. I appreciate you. Until next time, Godspeed.